guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to show you how to mesh a 7.5 foot tree. I want to show y'all this tree. This tree is hilarious because I kind of fluffed it up because I didn't want it to look too bad on the video, but on YouTube. But this is what you call well, it really is not that old, an old tree. This is really supposed to be white, but this is so dingy. I want to show you what the tree is supposed to look like. I'm going to step out here out of the view. It's supposed to look this color, and it looks this color. So this is what I mean when I say we don't throw away anything. We just work with what we have, and this is the world's best concealer. So this is what I'm going to show you step by step on how to take this mesh, and when we get through with this tree, this little ugly duckling is going to be turned into a beautiful swan when we get through. So just stay with me. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and support, because again, I'm going to show you, this is going to probably be a 4-part, maybe 5. I can't remember how many I'm going to really need to do. We're going to mesh this whole tree, and then part 2, we're going to put a ribbon on the whole tree. I'm sure how to do all of that. Part 3, we're going to do the ornaments. I think I've shared that with you guys in previous videos, and show you how to decorate the tree. And then we're going to certainly show you how to do the topper. If you watch the opening and you see the different trees and the toppers on those trees in the opening, we're gonna I guess mimic. I guess that's the word I'm after. One of those trees. I hadn't decided exactly if it's going to be blue or if it's going to be green, but I wanted to take the time to do this way before the holiday season, because again, we're going to be doing a whole lot of things up until that point. We're all kind of somewhat quarantined, and Corona has changed all of our lives in some aspects. So we're going to take advantage of an opportunity to teach you how to do a lot of things yourself. Again, like I've told you in previous videos, I want to teach you how to do it. So if you make the choice to pay somebody or because of the time, what have you, whatever choices you make to pay someone to do it for you, I don't want to be because you can't do it. So I'm going to stop talking. I just want to do this little intro because I'll let you know what I'm doing, and just know we're going to mess this whole thing up. I hope I got enough. Wanted to show you this. I told y'all about recycling. This is my recycled mesh. As you can see, I've got at least 3 rolls here. I don't know how much is on these rolls, you guys. I just roll it back up. So I'm going to take it off, and we're going to get started. And I'm going to try not to talk too much, but just let you see what I do. Okay, I do have to get you started here. First thing I do is when you get the mesh, I guess it's about 6 inches, I guess. And you gather it up. I'm not sure if you can see this on the camera. I got my daughter videoing for me so I can kind of show you. And I pull these 4 pieces together, 3 pieces, 4 pieces, till I've got a little poof like this. Okay, now I'm going to climb up on the ladder here. Now, I don't start at the top. I start, and you'll see why later when we go to put the topper on here. I start at probably about, what is this? This gives you your little 7.5 with this little thing up here, but I'm going to bring it right down anyway. I start about a foot from the top. You can see that. And then just grab them. And then twist. I usually twist twice. And now that one came out, but normally it stays in there. And then you grab and do another little poof like this is what I call it. And I mesh downward. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos and people do it across. They do it different ways, but this is what works for me. So you'll figure out once you start working with this what works for you. Okay, and then I just go down in a line. Now keep in mind, I will mesh the entire tree. Again, everybody doesn't like that. Everybody don't want to do it that way. But what it does for me is, especially when you got a tree like this that really does not, really looks a little rough, that's not appealing to the eyes, you need to cover it. But everybody, some people like a little tree showing. I don't. My sister-in-law does. And so, well, that's fine. I'll do what you need me to do. But when it comes to my tree, I'm covering the whole thing up. So anyway, I'm going to continue to do this and just let you watch. And then when I get to the bottom or get to something that's different, I'll start telling you about it, okay? Okay, this is taped on. You know, I'll tell you how sometimes you'll need to tape it back on there so that it'll stay. And then when you get ready to roll it off, it'll reform itself. Well, you can't see the tape, so I'm not going to bother trying to take it off the tape because you would take off the tape. But in this particular video, we're going to leave it on there because we're going to roll it back up when we get through showing you how to do it. Okay. Oops. That didn't take good, you guys. I'm gonna do that different. Okay. Keep in mind, the mesh will try to do its own thing, but you kind of have to take control of it. Poof it up a little bit. Grab some more of the tree branches. I think that's what I was trying to say earlier and I couldn't get that word out. Branches. Sometimes you kind of have to go back in it and twist it and turn it the way you want it to, so the form to be what you want it to. Find some branches, turn it around. Okay. I'm doing it a little slower than I normally do it because I want you to see it. Normally, I'd be probably halfway done by now, but okay. Okay. Now, when you get down to the bottom, you tie it, just kind of twist it down in here some kind of way, because when we come back and do the ribbon, we're going to cover up all of this. Okay? Nothing's going to show. You're just going to be able to see the form of the tree by the time we get finished with that and finished with it, the whole thing. Again, there's some more tape where I had it taped up to get my roll out. So, okay. Let's see. Pull the ends together, 3 ends together. Back up to the top. This tape is sticky. Also, here's another tip for, and I guess everybody probably already know this, but if you have limited space when you want to put your Christmas tree up, and you need to tuck it in the corner, you still need to mesh the entire tree and put a ribbon. At least I usually try to mesh it and put a ribbon on all of it, even if I'm going to tuck it in the corner. Now, I won't put ornaments on the back because I don't have any. I wouldn't want to waste the ornaments on it. But for the volume, especially if you're going to put lights, I didn't put lights on this because, again, we're going to just take this back down. It's not Christmas time. I'm just wanting, this is wanted just to be a tutorial for you. But keep in mind, it's August. But anyway, you still want to mesh your tree up so that for the volume, for the purpose of volume, and so to make it really, really look full. And even if you're not going to, people won't see the back of it, that part still needs to be done. So just be conscious of that. Okay, we're down to the bottom of this. So I'm going to have to get another roll of mesh and keep going. If you're asking how much mesh we need for each, for this size tree, you know, 7-foot trees, they run in different sizes. So even though they could be a 7-foot tree, but it could be a 7-foot small, thin tree. So it would need as much mesh as a 7-foot full tree. This one's pretty full, but still, make sure we do this right. If I had to guess, I would say to at least prepare for 3 rows, at least 3 rows. Sometimes you can kind of stretch it. Sometimes it may take a little more than that. But just know, once you invest the money in it, you guys, these things will last. I've had some since 2008. So I'm just saying, it's the ultimate tree concealer. So, and my daughter is staying right with me with this camera so that you guys can see everything. Now, I have done this since this is not, it's still a part of it. Sometimes I'll cut it off. Sometimes I'll just do this, you guys. I'm going to show you. You don't have to do this. You can cut it off. Cutting it off is easier, but sometimes I don't like to cut my mesh. And then I work backwards. I'll work upward. And I really don't, I'm scared I'm confuse you with that. But you can work it upwards too. And just, I think I'll turn it around a little bit here. Excuse me. So how much time have I spent on this? My daughter is telling me 13 minutes. Wow. That's too long. No, it's actually, it probably can do this. If you're new doing it, it's going to take you a minute, so don't worry about that. Don't rush it. Just put on you some Christian music, or I guess if it's holiday music, whatever, and just let it be therapeutic for you. That's what I do. And so we're meshing the whole tree instead of just, you know, run it across and people go and putting little pieces here and pieces there. We're gonna do the whole tree. I'm gonna see if I can. Keep in mind, I don't want to go to the top because we're going to do something else with that top. That the mesh would kind of get in the way. If you messed it all the way to the top, believe me, I tried it and it's like, okay, stop putting that mesh all the way up there. So we're at least halfway through, or at least halfway through. And we've about 15 minutes, about 15 minutes in. Okay, that's my husband over there making a whole bunch of noise while I am videoing. So he will hear about this. Interrupted my video. I think he's actually looking his son at me, guys. I should have had my daughter put him on camera, and he would really be embarrassed if I had done that. So, anyway, here we go. Again, this is called meshing the whole tree. And when we get through, not with just the mesh, but by the time we put the get all the mesh on, all the ribbon on, and the ornaments on, you are probably not going to be seeing very many pieces of the branch of this tree, which is probably a good thing if you see how dingy it is. That's the goal. And that's going to be the, I guess maybe that'll be our theme. See if you can find a branch. One of them dingy branches on this tree. Because I'm going to try to make sure you don't see it. Okay. That branch didn't want to twist. Okay. And again, I hope I'm not confusing you by going upward to do this. It's just as easy as going down, you guys. You're just kind of, you're going in the opposite direction. And it's not falling for you, it's going against gravity, but still, which takes a little bit longer, I will admit that. But still, keeps you from having to cut on it so much. Because once you start cutting this mesh, it will unravel easier. And so, if I can keep from cutting it, I will do so. If not, I'll just cut it and move on. Okay, I'm gonna have to fluff that out a little bit, because, okay, and then this is all that's left at the end of this one. And so what we'll do is we'll just grab a piece back here in the back, and then we'll twist it on, and then we'll just kind of tuck it in there. Okay, okay. I've got at least one more big roll of mesh. Here. Actually, this may be more than one on here, you guys. I'm not sure. I'll just roll it back up on the roll and then use it. Okay. As you see, we're going all the way around this tree until we run out of this mesh. Till we reach the other end. Another tip for you guys. Okay, Mesh, cooperate with me here. I'm videoing, okay? People on YouTube are looking at you. Okay. What was my other tip I was going to tell you? Okay, it'll come to me. When it comes back to me, I'll tell you. Keep in mind, you guys can stop, rewind this video, zoom in, I guess, maybe, to see it a little closer. Hey, anything you need to do. And if you know how to mesh and you don't need this tutorial, skip to the next one. Maybe you're comfortable with mesh, but you're not comfortable with ribbon. And that's okay. We're going to teach you all of it. And then maybe if you're comfortable with doing that, but you know, you're kind of not comfortable with putting the colors together, how to put the decorations in there. You know, people have different styles, and I've seen a lot of really cool decorators on YouTube. But one of the things that I do is I almost never put the picks. I put them, I stick them in downward, not in an upward fashion. And I'll show you what I mean when we get to that section of the decorating. Okay. Okay. We're gonna have that in. Okay. That's kind of a little short, so it's just kind of there. Alright. Okay. How are we doing on our time? My daughter gonna do the numbers. She won't say anything, but she's gonna do 21 minutes. Okay. Okay. 21 minutes. Yes, we probably. I did start out talking. I just didn't start jumping into it. I did give you a little. So you have to give me 5 minutes back. I guess. Maybe not. Maybe not 5. I sure hope you guys are catching this and learning this, because I really enjoy doing it and I enjoy teaching it. So give me some feedback on it. Tell me what you liked. Tell me what you didn't like. Just be nice about it. I saw one YouTube video where somebody was telling the lady, so like, you talked to me. You didn't show us the product. I was like, ooh, my goodness. They were a little tough. So, but she took it with stride. She said, okay, I'll try not to talk so much on the next one. But if you're going to teach somebody something, you do need to show them. Okay, that didn't poof like I wanted because there's a gap in the tree, but that's okay. That's what this is for. Cover up all of it. I'm getting it back around to the other side. I think I've got another little bit here. I'm getting all tangled up in here, okay? Let's go down just a little bit more on that. Got our little poof. And this is going to be the last one up here. And if there's some holes in here when we go back and look at it in the tree, it's going to be okay. We're going to fill those up with ribbon. All right, you guys. And there you have it. Let's step back and look at it. This is the tree, all messed up. There are some gaps in, you know, where you don't see the mesh. I mean, excuse me, where you see the tree, where you don't see mesh and you see the tree. Don't worry about that. We will cover all of that up before it's all over. So if Jayla, if you'll just step way back so they can see the entire tree. And it is meshed completely up based on what we want to do. And that's not the final result. That's just step one. That's just part one. Part two, we're gonna put the ribbon on it. Once we decide what colors we want, whether it's green, blue, red, whatever colors we decide we want to go with, then we're gonna put the ribbon on, and then you're gonna start to see it come together. So, but anyway, that's a completely meshed tree. I know you've got a lot of YouTube tutorials out there that they just showing you little portions of it. But I wanted to do a whole tree for you, and that's a tree completely meshed up, at least with the mesh that I have in that color, in the color that I'm going to go with today. You know, we could put some more on there, but we're going to leave some space for the ribbon, and then you'll see the final result. We'll do this together. So that's all for today. Part one, and then we'll do part two, ribbon, part three, decorating. Part four will be the topper, which is usually the showstopper, as my daughter always waits for the topper. Oh, that's fine. I'm waiting on the topper. Okay. So once we do the topper, and then again, we'll have to have boxes, Christmas boxes, presents that match the tree. That's just, everybody know in my home, your present don't match the tree, you can't put it under the tree. We set it in a different spot. So anyway, that's all for today. What's my time? 25 minutes. Okay. Well, good night, you guys. We'll see you next time on the next tutorial.